Good morning, beautiful, and welcome to the first edition of Your Money Matters. I'm your host, Talia. This right here vlog is something new and it's something that I'm doing for a graduate course. Even though this is for a graduate course, don't discount it because I am very passionate about the topic we're going to talk about today. The first topic I want to get into and dive into is breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle. I want to help you or your cousin or your mama or your daddy or whoever to break the living in the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Meaning, if one of your paychecks, whether you're weekly, bi weekly, semi monthly, is non existent, you would find yourself in a financial crisis. Maybe you wouldn't be able to pay your rent and your housing would be in jeopardy. You wouldn't be able to pay your car note, possible repossession. You wouldn't be able to pay for daycare, which causes you not be able to go to work, which causes more financial issues. The statistics say, now this is very shocking. That's why I had to pause because every time I think about it, my mind is just blown. 78% of all Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 78% of us, if we missed one check, would be in a financial crisis. And a lot of the people that are living in paycheck to paycheck mode, the 78%, have trouble or cannot seem to find a way out of it. And that's what I want to help with today. I want to help you start the process of getting off of this paycheck to paycheck cycle. Get off of the treadmill, get out from the revolving door, and get on a journey to financial health and financial success. That's what this vlog is all about. And the blogs that are coming, all about money, how to help you tell your money what to do, how to help your money work for you, and how you can stop feeling so stressed out when it comes to the money that you earn, you're not earning, you want, you already got. What we can focus on is the money that you have right now and how to make that work for you. So let's move forward. I got four key principles, key things that we need to be working on in order to get out of the financial rat race of living paycheck to paycheck. Are you with me? If you're with me, keep going. Number one, you need, you must, you have to, you gotta start. Not able to move forward without doing them. You can't move forward. You gotta do it. You gotta make up in your mind. This is what you're gonna do. Okay, you ready for it? Here it comes. You got to build an emergency fund. The reason why the paycheck to paycheck cycle continues is because we don't plan for the little emergencies in our lives. Now, it's not, most of the time, it's not the big things, like the Bible says, the little foxes that spoil the vineyard. It ain't the big things that derail us financially. It's the little things. Maybe the car breaks and you gotta get 4 new tires for $600. Now, $600. What? I don't have that in this my monthly income, but now it's a need because I need tires to get to work. So something has to go lacking because I did not plan, or I did not have a plan in place in case there was a small fire or a little emergency. So building $1,000 emergency fund is critical and very important in your breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle. So it calls for planning. Now I will tell you how I did mine, and you can do yours how you want to. I started with taking $25 every month out of my check. I took an amount that was small enough to come out every check that I won't go miss it. So I didn't start with $100 because I knew I was gonna miss $100. So I said, let me start with 25. Maybe you can start with 25. Maybe you can start with 35. And I opened up an account that I did not have access to via credit card or via check. That money just went direct deposit. Every time I got paid, that money went into that account, and I started building my emergency fund. Secondly, and it didn't take me long to build the $1,000 because I was doing that, and any extra money that would come in, let's say I got a refund, we like refunds. Anytime I got like a refund or birthday money, I would put all of that into my emergency fund. Just went over there, didn't touch it, and you got to make up in your mind you're not going to touch this money. You got to make up in your mind this money right here is not to be touched. So it might take you 6 months to do it, but you can do it, and you can do it quickly if you tighten up. Number 2, you want to create a monthly budget. You need to be aware of the money that is coming in versus the money that is going out. We cannot ignore bills anymore. We can't ignore bills. We can't ignore bill collectors. Look, you have the debt. You own the debt. You incurred the debt. It's okay. We all have a little debt. We all have or had a little debt. It's a mess right now. But this situation is fixable. Now, I know people say it's not, but it is. It's fixable, and it's fixable with your current income. How about that? It's fixable. You can start right where you are. Now, I'm not saying with your current income you can get all the way to the promised land, but you can start right here where you are. And number 2, important, you got to create a budget. You need to be conscious and aware of the money that you are earning and the money that you are spending. Now, in the links below, you're going to see 2 things that I use. One I'm using now and one that I used previously, but they work the same, to help me create a budget. I have an Excel sheet, and I went to a financial planning class. This pastor put it on. Shout out. I'm gonna clip that out. I'm gonna keep going. So you have to create a budget. There's an Excel sheet in here. If you don't want to do it on the computer, you can write it out. Me personally, do it on the computer, update it. Most of us swipe our little debit cards for everything anyway, so you can just go onto your bank, pull up your what you spent for the month, go to your Excel sheet and just plug it in. So you need to itemize like everything: your rent, how much you pay for electric, how much you pay for water, how much was your phone bill, do you have Hulu, do you have Netflix, do you have Spotify, what are the monthly things that you're paying every month? Include everything. You getting 6-pack of cigarettes a month? That needs to go in there. Every expense needs to be. Are you shopping? That has to go in there. Your groceries. How much you spending on gas? Do you get your hair done? Do you get your nails done? All of that has to be put in your budget. Some of it's going to be painful to see. Don't lie to yourself. This is something you got to be honest about. No lying. Okay? What's coming in, what's going out. Number 3, track your expenses. So we talked about creating a budget on an Excel sheet. You're going to do the same thing. So when you spend money out of your account, you're going to go to your Excel sheet and you're going to write it in. Now, I use an app called Every Dollar because I don't want to keep going to my Excel sheet every day. I like something on my phone. It's convenient. It's handy. You can have it connect to your bank account, or you can not have it connect to your account. Anytime I spend money, I just go put it in the app, put it under what the expense was. If it was mortgage, put in the mortgage. If it was a car note, put how much it was in the day that it was paid. And that way, I'm tracking what I'm spending. I'm conscious. I'm paying attention to the money that is going out because I've got to track it so that I know I spent it, so I can be accountable to myself. Hey, look how much you spent on eating out this month. Okay? I don't even want to see my budget for it. I don't even want to see, because I know this month, it's my birthday month. So it's like, I was just like, I'm eating out. Oh, you want some Chinese? Went and got it. Okay? But it gets put in my tracker. It gets put in my app, and I'm aware that I spent the money, and it keeps me on track. So I know I have a certain amount of money each week that I can spend on whatever I need to, like eating out. Okay, so I know I ate out this week and I went over budget. I know next week, well, you might have to get that 4 for 4 from Wendy's if you want to eat out. So track your spending. And number 4 is really, really important. I heard it somewhere. I don't know where I heard it, so I can't take credit from it. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I think it was some sports person. I don't really know. You can Google it, find it. In life, you have to plan, especially for big purchases. So, number four is saving for big purchases. I know we all want nice things, but right now, if you're on a paycheck to paycheck cycle, it's important that you do not go into a shopping spree or a buy whatever I need on credit. We want to eliminate that with you saving for big purchases. It's easy. Saving to me is easy now because it's a habit. It might not be easy for you, but it will become easy the longer you do it. I want something. I have an account right now. What that something is I want to go on a very nice trip, a very nice international trip in 2021. I might do two of them because COVID didn't got me this year. COVID didn't let me get a single stamp on my passport, but I got something for COVID. 2021, I'm out of here. So what I'm doing is I have a specific account set up for traveling, and all of my excess funds or whatever funds I say, hey, look, you going to travel, goes to that travel fund. So in 2021, I won't have to use a credit card. I won't have to beg, borrow. I won't have to not pay my rent, not pay my car note. I'll have the money in hand to enjoy myself and not have a care in the world. So let me just encourage you that you can do this. Your money matters. You are in control. I know it seems like sometimes you got everything coming at you and it seems like you're not in control, but when it comes to your money, you're going to start telling it where to go. Number one, we're going to build an emergency fund for $1,000. We're going to do it. We're just going to do it. We're going to come up with a plan. You're going to see what's easy for you. It might be saving change, and every time you get the $10, you put it in the bank. Somehow, you're going to come up with, in the next 6 months, with an emergency fund of $1,000. It probably ain't going to take you that long. Two, you're going to create a budget. You're going to be mindful of what you're spending. You're going to write it down. You're going to look at it. You're not going to be all upset. You're not going to cry because it is what it is right now. But it ain't always going to be like this. You're going to write it down, what's coming in and what's going out, and you're going to track your spending. Number three, track your spending. The money that's going out, you're going to write it down. You're not going to ignore it. If you spent 25 cents, you're going to write it down. I spent 25 cents on a pack of gum. You're going to write it down. Nothing is trivial. We're not leaving out anything. And number four, we're going to start saving for big purchases. So instead of getting a credit card to get something big that you want, you're going to open yourself up a savings account and you're going to start putting money aside in that account for savings. So thank you for joining me. I hope you found some information that will help you break the living to paycheck cycle. I'm Talia. Thanks again for joining in. Click down in the comments for the links for every dollar and the article that I use from every dollar. Thank you so much, and until next week, remember, your money matters.